Up on the roof.
Hello and welcome to Up on the Roof with me, Will, Joe and Ben.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yay!
Ruined that by doing that.
Yeah, we finally got it all correctly.
Get it all right most of the time.
Retake.
Yeah, but usually Joe's not here. Anyway, so in
So
this...
I
missed two of them.
I leave a gap for you to say hi when you're not here.
Yeah, the last couple of ones, Ben just had dead air and I'm like, Ben, you going to say hello?
I was just waiting for Joe.
He wasn't waiting for. He was waiting for my lead in.
Yeah. So, Will, what's your topic?
I thought, we
Well,
could
we're going to
chat
continue
about...
with the Michael Jackson thing.
I was just going to say, is Michael Jackson a nonce?
Interesting title.
It is, isn't it?
I'm going to have to kind of like tweak that a little bit to put into the title of the video, but yeah, sure.
No, there's nonce hunting videos on YouTube. You can do Is Michael Jackson a nonce?
Yeah, it's just British slang, isn't it, bro?
It won't get past the YouTube
For
algorithm
people that
at
don't
all.
know what nonce means, it means paedophile.
Yeah.
Or Kiddly Fiddler.
Yeah. Ben knows
You know.
one of them.
Yeah, I do. You
Big
guys
toy
met.
box.
That's
Yeah,
something
wait,
went
wait,
past.
wait.
Adam, you scratched his car in a wheelchair.
I did, and he almost hit me.
This all got so very personal all of a sudden.
He was getting rather pissed off with me. Anyway, yes, so is Michael Jackson a
Well, no,
nonce?
not in that light. It's just whether we're asking about whether it's alright to listen to his music still. Because Radio 2's pulled his music.
I mean, because his music's been climbing up in the charts since the documentary's been gone out, hasn't it?
Has it?
Yeah, the like I saw a
To be
clip.
fair, if I was Scotland Yard or the police right now,
Yeah,
whoever's listening to his music now, I
just,
was
just
thinking
watch
maybe
list.
watch them. Maybe put them on. Because, I mean, like, some of his songs were quite, if you listen to them within the context of what the documentary was, I haven't seen the documentary.
Neither have I. I've just
No,
heard
right.
little bits of it. So
Wait,
we're all,
whose
we're all,
topic is that? Has anyone seen the documentary? I feel like one of us should have seen it.
Leaving
before.
Neverland.
one of us should have seen
Yeah, Joe,
it,
you can
but
say the title, but did you see it?
I have seen clips of it.
Oh, shitting hell.
I've heard audio bits of it.
At least I've tried to make an effort.
It was, yeah, but you didn't realise this was going to be anyway.
I
And,
just said it. Whatever.
So, like, I was listening to a little bit, and it was like the kid
Kids
Kids
giving
left
his,
Neverland with a limp.
giving his the adult giving his account as a child, and was like, yeah, Michael took me back to Neverland, and like we would be in a room with each other, and like it started off with like kissing nipples and like stuff like that, and like
I thought this wasn't the
leading-
debate, was it?
leading
It was sort
into
of like
sex.
whether we can
Like-
listen to his music.
I'm just giving you a context of what the documentary was like, okay?
Yeah, I get what the
And like,
documentary is about. I mean,
even
Are you a fan, Adam?
even listening to it, I was fucking like, made my skin crawl. It made me like virtually physically sick. Like it was that sort of like how much
Concern,
detail,
mother.
like how much detailed I went into.
I mean, to be fair, I'm annoyed I didn't get the reaction I found out my joke.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I thought you weren't, mate. You're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, aren't you?
Maybe.
No, he's not, because there's not that much mouse clicking today. He's playing Crusader Kings 2.
No, that's what he's playing.
Yeah, and you're apparently playing RuneScape again.
No, I'm not.
According to Discord, you are.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
reading. Beat that.
Discord lies.
Yeah, Discord's a big lie. Yeah, like whether it's okay to listen to his music, that was all.
Like, I understand, like, what he's allegedly done, because he's not here to give his side of the story, is he?
No.
What he's allegedly done is really, really bad. But some of his music is and was quite good,
I
wasn't
feel
it?
like Jackson 5 Michael Jackson you can listen to. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, then there's the whole like his dad abusing him situation.
Yeah, but I mean, come on now.
It was all
Uh,
because he didn't want to grow up,
Maybe-
wasn't it?
Enjoyed his music anyway, so it's not a big heart.
Neither. I don't really listen to his music anyway, but like, if you
Nope,
think,
don't listen to it.
just sort of look at it a bit weirdly now.
Yeah.
I
It's
listen
just,
to that one and think, oh, that's an
Avoid
upsetting
it.
time.
it was only a matter of time till someone came out about it, isn't it?
No, people have said it for years.
Yeah, didn't
I
he do a
used-
documentary where he said like he shared beds with kids or something?
Yeah, I used
And
to
everyone
like.
was like, yeah,
I
that's
used-
weird, but
I
hey,
used to
it's Michael
wind my
Jackson.
mum up by making paedophile Michael Jackson jokes because she really likes him. And I was like, he's a paedophile. And it's like, no, she's not. It's like, no, he's not. It's like, he's just got a childlike mind. No, he's a paedophile.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. Like, it was like, oh, I shared a bed with a kid, and like
He
everyone
did
was
it
like,
because he supposedly didn't. Well, his excuse was he didn't have a childhood. He wanted to experience it, sort of.
He did do a documentary explaining his childhood where he said, like, oh, his older brothers used to bring, like, girls into the boom and just shag them while he was sleeping there.
Oh,
Player.
Well, he just...
older brothers were absolute poo-tang magnets.
Well, they were Jackson 5, weren't they? And he was a bit too young to appreciate it, so they made most of it. They made the most
They
of
enjoyed
what
it for him.
Yeah, they did his bit for him.
This one's for you, my. No.
Just a high five from bunk to bunk.
No, but yeah,
Stop
apparently,
yourself
like,
before I
his brothers
finished.
would bring his brothers, like his 4 older brothers, would all bring people home, and then he'd just be in the same room, and they'd all be shagging while he just sat there. So I'm guessing they high fived at one point.
A, B, C, 1, 2, 3.
Well, apparently,
As he cried himself to sleep.
Apparently, the internet might be going off in a minute because Fan wants the route to reset.
Fuck him.
Fucking end himself.
Fucking
Because
tell him to
apparently
go
he
jump
can't
off a
watch
cliff.
fucking Netflix.
Yeah, don't tell him to go jump off a cliff.
Tell him that the router reset doesn't have any effect on that.
Yeah, carry on, Will. Every couple of months, yeah, what is it?
Like, because obviously this podcast and it's on YouTube. Like, what videos or what channels and videos are like you watching regularly on there? Because I feel like this question would change throughout the year.
Yeah.
Because like everyone like seems to watch so much stuff one time and then they completely scrap that and then they move on to something different.
Yeah, like you go off, like you go like.
It's like cycles of watching like
you have
different
moods.
YouTube types of videos.
I see
You
what
go
you
off,
mean.
you go off someone and you come
So I
back
think it'd
to
be
them,
interesting to see like how like throughout the year or just whenever
Yeah.
your like video pattern shifts like to what you end up watching right at the end of the year.
I like your idea.
Yeah, okay.
So Adam,
Yeah.
what channel or types of videos have you been watching a lot of recently?
Recently, I've
Yeah,
only really been watching like the Rooster Teeth channels.
Yep.
Mainly them. But I used to watch like loads of Hat Films, Syndicate and Yogscast and stuff like that. But like I kind of got bored of them, and then I moved on to these guys, and then I'll probably get bored of them at some point as well because I've gone off all of them throughout many years, and I've come back to them, and I've gone off them and come back onto them.
Yeah. So what's the main type of videos you're watching them?
Mainly gameplay ones.
Mainly gameplay. That's good
Yeah,
because at least one of us is probably watching some gameplay.
Yeah. I sometimes watch stuff to get inspiration for like if we do it in real life videos or something like that, but nothing's really come to me yet.
How to make videos on YouTube.
Good
Yeah.
one, Joe. We'll put that one in the back burner for
Yeah.
a later Google.
So
So that it, Adam. Is that
Yeah,
what you've been watching?
that's mainly it. Because like the one thing that I like about like Rooster Teeth is like they've got loads of different channels connected to them, haven't they?
Yep.
Like their business model I quite like.
How's their new series? Didn't they do a new series?
What Genlock
Yeah.
is over. It was
Yeah,
only
how
on-
is it?
It was good.
Did it do well?
I don't know. Like
Because
think it did.
I don't know because they got quite a lot of big names in there, didn't they?
Yeah, they got like Michael B. Jordan, like the person out of Black Panther and Creed.
Yep.
They got David Tennant. They
Yeah,
got Maisie. They got Maisie Williams.
So like I was wondering like did it actually do any good? Like did it do very well? Because if that did well, that would like set up for a whole new era of YouTube. To be fair, if that's done
YouTube
well,
Red.
it'll be, is it on YouTube Red?
I don't know.
No, it's on their
I don't
private
think it
site.
is.
But say, like,
Yeah.
but that's what YouTube Red wants.
Yeah,
Because
because I mean that would basically be like feeding into the whole YouTube Red and shit.
because
YouTube
like
Green TV.
what Rooster Teeth did when they first started out was like they did Red versus Blue, didn't they?
Yeah, we all get how
and-
Rooster Teeth came about.
Yeah, like no, like their model then was and it still is now. Like instead of put it on YouTube for people to watch it for free, they were like doing a subscription based service.
Yeah.
And so like that's how they've done it, and you only watch Genlock through that.
Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering whether it was like did any good, but yeah. So we'll move the question on to someone else then. Who should I pick? Oh, Joe.
I mean, there's literally, I was
Oh
gonna
my
say there's
God.
only 2 people.
It's a big.
I've been watching Linus Tech Tips. It's a technology channel.
Of course, Chef.
Well, we're in a quiet moment for PC parts and all that.
I was
graphics
gonna,
cards.
isn't like now like a bit of a lull?
Yeah. But there is one show. It's a live stream, but it's put as a VOD afterwards.
Yep.
Called the Land Show, where it gives you like that week's news on there. And then also been watching something called John Grinsmo, knife maker, but CNC engineering.
Alright, fair play.
Engineering channels. And then I've been watching the Slow Mo as well. They've got a new show.
Planet Slow Mo.
Planet Slow Mo. I've watched a few of them. But
they should have done Fast Mo, just everything really sped up.
But to be fair, this month I haven't watched not a lot of game at all. So I haven't been interested in anything.
Oh, Joseph, on a gaming YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. It's in our fucking blood, Joseph.
It's a quiet month.
It's meant to be pulsating around you.
And we're supposed to make it more exciting, Joe.
God, I just killed that off, didn't I?
Yeah. We didn't have anything come out last week, but that's besides the point.
That's last week. Alright, so that's Joe. Joe's YouTube's been pretty, I'm going to say pretty varied from technology. Well, no, to be fair, it's all kind of like technical sort of shit.
Yes, for the educated one of us, you know.
Yeah, just trying to better himself.
Oh, can I just interject?
No one that speaks.
No, you've had your time.
Adam. No, this isn't about that. I was just going to ask Joe about...
Is it worth taking off topic?
No, the technology thing that he did with Jack. Like, did you watch any videos on how to do that or not?
No, we fucking eyeballed it.
You eyeballed it, fuck me.
Yeah.
That's why the shots are really bumpy.
No, honestly, I know this is a bit off topic. We were there, and it's like we were doing this a bit of soldering. Like,
we all need a bit of backstory here. They made a electronic slider.
Who did the soldering? Because apparently Jack's much better at it than you.
No. I can solder better. Solder efficiently. Anyway, we had some problems with soldering. It wasn't heating up quick enough.
Alright, yeah.
It's like, it's like angle grinding. We did it outside next to a fucking bread to start off with. Wasn't a great idea.
No.
What, the soldering?
No, fucking angle grinding. Got sparks going everywhere. Anyway, so his dad told us to piss off pretty much. Then we did angle grinding upstairs in his fucking room.
Oh, shitting hell.
And I was there, it's like, I think I'm burning. I'll say that for the rest of the fucking night.
And have you got all the footage you need to make a video on it?
Jack's sorting that out.
Okay, sweet.
Because I don't know how he's going to make a video of it.
Yeah, Adam doesn't have to wait his turn, does he?
Yeah, I feel like he stepped over me. He didn't want me to say my YouTube
Anyway,
thing.
I am finished now, so I'll pass the gauntlet on to the last member.
Not
two other members.
Not saying you're the worst person, Ben, but you are the last.
So I've mainly been watching like news.
Put a bit of reviews out a minute, mate. Everyone else sort of said there's a bit of game in there.
Just fucking news and history shit. Like not a little bit of gameplay of like classic people I always watch. So I mainly watch a lot of cat films still.
How are they doing?
I don't know. Okay.
Well, what are they doing? How are they doing?
They're not dead.
They're still below 1 million subscribers. They're like
have they even moved?
They've moved just really slowly.
Oh, okay.
It's slowly going up. What sort of history stuff you watching then?
A bunch of random ass shit.
I have a question.
Particular.
A bunch in particular. So
yeah, go on, mate.
Do you want me to go around and list a few of them off?
Are you watching the cartoon one?
There's a few of them.
Realistic? No, it's they did one on the some sniper from one of the countries.
Simple History.
Simple History, yes. Do you watch them?
Yeah. So I basically watch every decent YouTube historian there is out there, but whatever. I can give you some of my favourites. Who's not
go on, give me some favourites.
Featured History. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And he was called 10-Minute History, but I think his History Matters now because he's changed it. And Invicta. Invicta's pretty good. Invicta's mainly Roman and Greek.
Fair play. That's pretty. You're right. I used to just off. Like, have you seen the ones where they draw out battles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like ancient battles. They're pretty sick.
There's Two of there's
like they have like the like little unit
general.
sizes like squares, and then like as it gets depleted, they start to crack slightly and they like shrink.
That's Heroes in General, which is a big one of them that does that.
That's pretty. They're pretty spectacular.
I used to watch one of them where he did mainly the Roman conquest of like the Roman Empire and like loads of different Roman battles, and it was like fucking sick.
Yeah, they're
you
pretty
talking
cool.
About Civilius Historia?
Yes.
I think Civilius Historia.
Are you just saying yes, Adam?
Yes.
It's something like that. It's like Latin something.
Like that, like them historical things. They are pretty good.
He also does shit about everyday stuff, like how someone wrote a book about their dog.
Yeah, who wouldn't write the book about their dog?
Must be an interesting dog.
It's only weird if they had a romantic relationship. And then it's like, maybe you shouldn't write a book about your dog.
What have you been watching, Will?
Well, mate, I've been watching some real riveting YouTube. I don't think I've actually watched a gaming YouTube channel in 2019.
Shit.
I just don't watch gaming YouTubers, bro. I just don't.
And you say I'm not loyal.
I just don't like gaming YouTubers. Yeah.
And yet we're trying to make a career in one.
Yeah, but you know, that's because they're all fucking dull. They're not all dull.
The ones that aren't dull don't just do gaming. That's the thing. Like the ones that...
Excuse me. Sorry.
Fucking unprofessional. This is why we don't have him on here.
Oh yeah, just never have on it. And then other than that, like I watched a really sick video of a man making a shed.
Oh.
But like, it was like a quality shed.
Like
it was a good sturdy. When you looked at the shed, you thought that's a sturdy shed.
Like I've been watching someone making like a log cabin with just medieval tools, and it was like so fucking satisfying.
Yeah, I'm watching so much shit like that. I've been watching there's a thing called Off-Grid Living in the UK.
Yeah.
And there's two channels. There's one called Maximus Iron Thumper.
Yeah.
Who's really sick. Like he lives in a shed pretty much on a bit of land. He bought like 5 acres and he just lives in he's built himself a shed.
Yeah.
He lives in the shed and he like just harvests the land. Because he gets like Maximus Iron Thumper. He's rebuilt a Land Rover. On his YouTube channel, he's got like part series. He's rebuilt a Land Rover, rebuilt a tractor. He's doing a thing called Project Awesome, where he's got like a Russian military truck.
Yeah.
And they're converting it into, so it's a Russian military truck, but they're putting a organ on the back of it.
Yeah.
So when it drives, it'll play like organ music.
A bit Mad Maxy then.
Yeah, like he's like proper. They're proper weird. Like all his mate that's helping him's like really clever, but like he's a bit weird. But like no, he's really sick. And there's another guy, I've completely forgotten his name now. I think it's Chris. Someone is
another building outside.
Yeah,
his own little hut. Did he make a turbine?
What do you mean by turbine?
Like a water turbine.
Yeah, Chris Arbor.
Yes, I watch him as well.
There used to be TV shows that did that, wasn't there?
I don't
There's
know.
one with a guy with a massive like mustache, and he like his family, and they used to do a bunch of like weird things together.
Probably, yeah. Like Chris Arbor, and he's lives in like a roundhouse that he made out of like logs and dirt, pretty much. And he's got like video on him like making a hydraulic thing. He's got like videos of him like building everything, and it's like really satisfying to watch people like build shit out of like them sort of things. And because they live off grid, like that Maximus guy, he works barely, doesn't do any work really as a blacksmith, because he has solar panels for his electric and he collects rainwater for his water. He's basically living for free. The only thing he pays for is his internet bill. And everything else, he basically lives for free. So he does like barely any work a year, and he lives like a fucking sick life.
I can't remember what channel I watched, but it was like someone in a Scandinavian country, and they basically chopped down they got a massive log
They build
and
a boat.
they built a canoe.
Yeah, they burnt a canoe out of it. Did he do the burning one?
Yes.
When he burnt the canoe, yeah. But like shit like that, that just like is like amazing me at the minute. Like people actually like doing that kind of shit. It's like people in the UK generally living on a bit of land they brought, and they put a hut on it, and they built themselves a hut.
No, definitely fair play on them.
And they're just living there, and they're like got no bills to pay. Like they're living.
It's the dream.
Council tax, that's the big one.
They don't have council tax.
Do they not get their bins emptied then?
No, they just deal with the rubbish themselves.
Ooh.
Compost.
You're telling me you need to have...
I didn't think it was optional to not pay council tax.
No, because they're not technically... I guess they're not really dwellings, are they, until you register them?
Or
it's a bit iffy what they're doing.
If we don't say anything, they won't say anything.
Yeah, like, you have to, basically, for the first 4 years, the council come around and tell you you've got to get planning and kick you off. But after that, they can't. So after that, they could technically apply for council tax, but they don't see the point because all the advantage is they get their bins collected. So
where you can just go to a tip.
Literally, like, all the vegetable waste that they have, they can reuse that into, like, compost for the garden. Any cardboard and shit like that, they can just burn in a burner. And then...
That's heat.
It's basically just, like, tins. That you just basically wash your tins out, have a big pile of them, then eventually just take them down to the tip when you're passing. Like, it's such a simple life. But yeah, that's what... Just amazing.
Is that... Are you going to do that in the future, Will?
I'm seriously considering it because I think it'd be sick.
I mean, you've already got.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but you haven't got a lot of shooting for you at the moment with your, caravan arrangements.
No, yeah.
Take them to get lost, get your house built.
Bugger off. Yeah, like it would be something that'd be like really interesting. Like I generally enjoy watching like just people like building stuff,
like making something out of nothing.
Like
that wasn't
like
even there.
they've gone and brought the land, and then they've just suddenly gone. You know what? I'm going to build myself a house.
Like
Off
Colin
stuff that's
Furze. That's another one. The plumber to start off with.
Yep.
And now look what he's making.
He built a fucking Iron Man 8080 and stuff like that.
Yeah, quite like stuff like that where people like just build shit. It's like somebody like but they're not boring people. They're like generally interesting people that actually do that kind of stuff.
Like
what do you call
it?
That new dance on Facebook. That's triggering me.
No, but there's this like engineering channel out there called the Hacksmith.
Yep.
And they do a series called Make It Real. They've made Captain America's shield, both of them. His old one,
I think I've seen that.
The Wakanda one. They've made Thor's Stormbreaker or Storm whatever his new axe. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've made fucking like weapons from Overwatch, and then they're currently making like a mech from fucking Aliens. And they've made stuff from Siege as well, like the shield that like would just blind you and everything like that. The sledgehammer.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Twitch's drone.
Is the mech gonna move, or is it just cosmetic?
Oh no, like they're doing it in like small bits. They've built one of the arms and like it's got full hydraulics and everything. It will be able to pick stuff up and like flip cars over. Like they need to build this.
You started off with a shit thing. You said Captain American shield. I thought, cool, a ring of metal.
And then they.
It'd be quite hard to forge Captain America's shield, though, wouldn't it? To try and get it accurate.
And then they're trying to build the entire mech from Aliens, so like they will be able to like get in it and like move around. But they've only got one arm at the moment, so they just need to make the other one and then the rest of the body, which will take God knows how long for them.
A while.
Yeah. And then they tried to make a series called Flying Like Iron Man.
Yeah.
But someone else from England had already done it. Like they started roughly at the same time, and like this person from England's been able to like fly actually like Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick. He's got a company called Gravity, and you can buy a suit for like $500,000.
Getting hell.
I thought it was a trampoline place, but whatever.
Yeah, so they're quite sick as well.
Yeah, like just people like making shit. But like, I was amazed people like just building houses out of nothing or like off the land.
I love watching those videos on Facebook as well. Like
primitive technology.
Like seeing something.
There's so many fake ones that are so boring.
You just start
why is there so many of them building swimming pools?
Because swimming pools are what you need when you live in like in the middle of like the rainforest, clearly.
And it's clearly like not the original guys, and then like, you see them fill up the swimming pool using a bowl, and like you're lying to me that you did that with a bowl.
There's a truck behind the camera, and you're just going to get the hose, and like every so often.
I feel like you're definitely lying to me because fuck me, I wouldn't. I'd like if I was doing it, I'd just use a pump. Because...
Yeah, like I wouldn't be sitting there going, "Oh, I could get a pump, but I've got a bowl, and this bowl seems up to the task."
And you occasionally see one use a series of like what I want to see more like they're all like tropical stuff though. I want to see more like non-tropical shit.
That's not like the ones in the UK. It's like normally just pissing down with rain.
Bit of rain is in my life.
They're like, "Oh, let's go do something like outside," and then it's just like pissing down with rain. You're like, "Yeah, that's Britain."
Okay,
did you guys watch much of Rain Maze when it was on TV or not?
I did watch a little bit.
I watched a lot of Ramir's and it was on TV. Like, people shit about, like, Bear Grylls. Fuck off, cunt. It's all about the Ramir's for me.
What are you going to say, Adam?
So, like, it was tying in with, like, England. It's a very vague subject, I know. And the rain.
Adam and shitty subjects.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Because this is going out on Friday.
Tomorrow.
There'll be a video of 3-meter painting challenge where me, Will, Joe, I know, Dan, and Jack.
Fuck off.
It's a running joke, Joseph, okay?
Okay.
You're just
It's
going to have
not
to
even
deal
a
with
joke, it's just the running truth.
Yeah, you're
I'm
just going to have to
surprised
deal with it.
Joe's up for doing a road trip after how the Lake District went. Like,
No, Jack's already brought. Oh,
Anyway,
To be fair, this came out of left field when Joe went with Jack told me that Joe was game for the road trip. I was like, okay, that's out of left field, that one.
Okay,
We
before
weren't
we get
expecting
anywhere,
that one to say yes.
before we go any further, there's a video coming out tomorrow of us painting, and it's good.
I don't care, Adam.
You should check it
I'm
out.
sorry, but even if we go into France, Joe, have you been here before? Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been to France? That's a genuine question. That is a genuine question I want to know, Joe.
I have.
Okay.
But what
can we have a
countries
list
have
of
you
where
been
you've
to?
been, please, Joe, so we can do that joke whenever it's appropriate.
Yeah, we see all your holidays you've been on.
We'll just go to his mum, will it? Be
If
fine.
not, we'll ask your mother, and she'll make it really awkward because then she'll tell us some embarrassing stuff that happened to you on each holiday.
Like
so
Joe
we
went skinny
so
dipping
we
when he
can
was
ask
in
if you've been
France.
here, and then when you don't respond to us, we can say we know this because your mother said, and then we can read off incredibly awkward anecdote that your mother told us. Survey says Joe shat in the pool in France. Oh.
I've been to France, Spain, Netherlands, Germany, Italy. Where else have I been?
Good job.
Yeah,
Good.
so most of the fucking countries we're going to. Yes.
Our room
Yes.
has now gone up and down the thing just to make sure we go to everywhere Joe's been.
It's like, I'm sorry, but we're making a detour. Go to Russia.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been to any of them countries. I think I've been to France and Spain.
Okay.
So yeah, this is also our context, like what we've just talked about. We're planning on doing a road trip around Europe.
Well, I'm not going now, am I?
In August.
In a
Yes.
5-seated car, by the looks of it.
With
In a 5-seater Golf.
With no
That's the thing.
storage.
5 people in a 5-seater car is a fucking push. I keep on
Like,
saying this, but
I told Jack about
Yeah,
like
but
your
you're up
idea.
for being pepper sprayed. Like, come on.
I told Jack and said,
your priorities.
I said to Jack, Ben wants to take 2 cars, and he goes, fuck off. No, we're not taking 2 cars. Literally, the expenses are just doubled.
Yeah.
I think Jack should really consider
Think
putting a dangle on the back.
Think how cheap fuel's gonna be.
With 5 of us paying for it.
Yeah.
I'm
The ferry
can
over
5
to
of us
fucking.
even fit in the back of his car? Can 3
Yeah,
of us even
it'll be
fit in that back
it will be
seat?
cozy.
Ben, if you want to, we can do a dry test with all of us with our gear that we will be
Dry
taking.
test? Are we going wet? I didn't realise we were doing the real one wet.
Everyone needs to know the emergency exits.
Have a safety airplane video start at the beginning.
Yeah,
It's just
so
that,
your
like,
exits are
Jack
here,
doesn't
here,
give
and
a shit
here.
because if it's his car, he'll be the one driving. So he'll always have the fucking.
But
nice
no,
seat.
like what we said, like when we're talking about it, me, Will, and Jack, where we said like we'll alternate the people in the front. Obviously not Jack, but like it'll be Will in the front, then Ben, and Joe,
Jack
and
was
me,
going
and
to
stuff
check
like that.
how much it would be adding to on the insurance.
For you, it would be fucking expensive.
For you, it'll be fucking expensive.
And we
I've
looked
been
it up
driving
already.
longer than you.
How
Joe
long?
doesn't like that. Oh, Joe, you've been driving like 2 weeks. Shut up.
Yeah, just because I'm Mr. Johnny Big Bike because I've passed my test, me would have been driving longer than you.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, it does mean that insurance is slightly cheaper.
Not in Joe's.
It's
case.
slightly cheaper.
Joe's gone 2 weeks and he's like, yeah, boy, I can do it.
What do
I-
you mean,
mate,
2
I've
weeks? I've been driving for the last 4 months, nearly.
Oh, don't lie to us there.
No, when did you pass your test?
January.
Yeah, okay. So when did you set foot in a
I
car
actually
from?
passed it when I was 6. So
When
Well,
did you
I'm gonna go
set?
for the
When did you
classic,
have your
I can
own car?
drive, but it's not a license.
When did I have my own car?
Yeah, like when were you able to drive home from work consistently?
Consistently.
Yeah.
When will you put on insurance?
January the 11th.
to be
Somewhere
fair, it
around there.
doesn't matter how long he's had his license because he hasn't got his own car, so he hasn't got his own policy, so he hasn't even worked off anything towards his no claims.
So yeah.
I can actually
Oh.
Buy a what?
He says.
buy the works one.
Yeah, that's shit, bro. You gotta have your own policy.
Just get a shit car, Joe.
You
It'll be
get
fine.
the you can get your workplace to write you a certain letter, knock down your insurance complete quite a lot. As long as you've been driving for a couple of years off their insurance.
A couple of years though, bro.
I mean, how long
cheaper
is
because
years not paying for fucking fuel or transport.
I'm full no claims
yeah,
boy.
You're gonna get you're still gonna get caught out driving somewhere you're not meant to though. You're still not meant to drive to other places.
I'm not complaining.
No, I'm honestly surprised I haven't caught you at Jack yet.
You can't you're not meant to go to the shop in your van.
There's a guy who did 1,000 miles over Christmas, and they're gonna catch me for doing 15.
Well, they caught up with people used to do it at my work, and then suddenly they just changed the road because it's tax purposes.
For personal use, you're allowed to use a 15-mile radius from your house. It's exactly 15 miles to Jack's by road.
If you fudge it, as the crow flies.
What? No.
If you go across a few fields, it's 15 miles.
No. 15 miles as you take the road from my house to Jack's. 15.
Oh, so Joe can do all the driving now, Will?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, because I'd had another mile on. Oh, I'm going to stop here. Sorry, I can't go any further.
Go do a detour now.
Well, I'm at the bottom of the hill by the roundabout.
Adam said if he drove to your house, you refused to drive him to Jack's.
Yeah, he does. He did. He did.
Oh,
yeah, I said to you, Joe.
This podcast has really gone downhill since I let you guys take over.
Is this when we went to do this painting thing?
Yeah, I said to Joe, this was when we were going up on a Saturday.
This is just like an argument now.
Yeah, it is. It's the best type of podcast. Anyway, I said to Joe, on Saturday, I'll drive to yours, and then I'll drive to Jack's. And he goes, oh no. He's like, I'll probably drive myself. He says, in that case, then.
Comment. Don't care.
In that case, then you drive. And he was like, no. Like, well, fine, fuck you.
No. I didn't go like.
But on that note, thanks all very much for listening. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.